Okay, so starting here on the dashboard page, this is kind of that high level overview. Each account is going to be able to create its own dashboard if it's been given permission to do so. To the left of the search bar, there is this scope. When you make a selection, it's going to basically filter the page to only include information about that computer group. So when I click on a computer, I get to see a lot of the hardware details that our client has gathered. Some of these items I can click on to get more details about. On this asset page, there's a couple things to mention here. I can go into edit mode here and populate these details. I could import these details from Jamf or Intune or from a CSV file. And I'm going to show you another way to do these changes in bulk back on the computers page here in just a second. If we kind of click through software, this will be the software list discovered in the last audit. This should be what's installed in terms of software products on this machine. Any devices that were seen connected to this computer, and that's going to be monitors and drives, will be listed here. And on the purchase tab, this is where things like your warranty date and your purchase date are going to show up. This particular computer is linked to a purchase record, and we'll talk about purchase records, but those are not necessary to put these details in for a given computer. And we actually have some scripts and integrations that will allow you to auto-populate these details. So Dell and Lenovo, we can do a lookup directly from the manufacturer. And then we also have integrations with Jamf and Intune for Mac and other devices. So if these details are populated in those systems, you can import those as well. If you have any documents related to an individual computer, like a service receipt or something like that, that you want to import and have linked and attached to the computer record, go into edit mode here, and you can drag and drop either a file or a URL to those documents. History is a fairly new feature that keeps track of historical changes to devices. So from the time a computer is first discovered and these fields are initially populated all the way through its life cycle, you're going to be able to see any time any of the computer hardware configuration details change, any of the asset fields that you populate here, as well as things like warranty or other dates. Those kinds of fields are going to show up here and also be searchable. And then on the right, you'll see that I have the ability to export the details from this history. I'll come back to the computers page and talk about some of the features here. This is another new feature that was added in 7.9. And if I go into this, I can select division or manufacturer. I wanted to show you, just as an example, CPU type. If I select this, now all my computers are grouped and organized based on the CPU type they have. Once I've made these groups, I have the ability to very easily select all within a group. And now you can right click, and there are a number of options available within the right click menu. So if I select this quick edit option, it actually lets me add any computer fields I want and then modify all of them all at once for that selection of computers. And then there are scripts that we will talk about. Those can be run on this selection of computers. And there are reports as well that can be run on this selection. So next, what we're going to do is talk a little bit more about software. Our client gets installed. It scans the drive of each machine, in addition to discovering all those hardware configuration details, and you get a software program list. This software page is really intended to be associated with the lab maps. If I click on a software product here, so we can see there's 0 copies of Adobe Creative Cloud currently on the satellite campus, and there's a couple in this lab, there's 3 here, there's no copies available there. That's the main use case for this main software page. The manage page is where you're going to go as an administrator to decide what software you want to track usage for. Families are how we tend to decide what to track, because a family includes all of the previously released editions of a product. So if I look at this Adobe Acrobat Pro family, I can see it's made up of all previously released versions of Adobe Acrobat Pro. The reason it's helpful to track usage of the family is that when new versions come out, we at Sassafras are going to update those families to include those new versions. And you won't have to come back and add those to your list of products that you're tracking because you're tracking it at the family level. Other benefit is on the reporting side. You can run reports and essentially aggregate all the additions so that you can look at total Adobe Creative Cloud usage or total Acrobat Pro usage without seeing the individual versions listed on the reporting side. You can, in Key Configure, create a product for a web-based program and then track usage of that, just like a desktop installed product. Let's jump to maps. The idea here is for end users to have the ability to look at a campus or look at a location overall and see how many computers are available, in this case, in each computer lab. I can then go in, and this floor plan was built within the tool. If I go into the settings, you'll see that I've got various kinds of objects and things that I can add to build out this floor plan and make this available to end users. If I click on a computer, I can see installed software. We have functionality that would allow remote access to these computers. Other than that, let's talk briefly about purchase records. There are purchase records for hardware and there are purchase records for software. And if I go in to one of these purchase records, you see it's configured. It looks a lot like a computer detail record. You can create them manually, one at a time, or you can import them from a CSV file. Let's jump into the reports page. You can see there's actually 3 pages related to reports. This main page is where we put what we call one-click reports. On the report builder page, this is where we have this long list of pre-constructed sort of canned report options. And when you search and then select what you're looking for, now this is the report that I will run when I'm ready. I have the ability to save this as an on-demand report in the one-click folder, or I could just use this as a run now report where I configure it, click run, and I just get the output without saving any kind of template. The other option here to run on a schedule. So it will be there available for you when you log in, or you can add an email address or a list of email addresses and actually attach that report to the email. That really covers everything that I wanted to talk about today. Again, the goal has been an introduction to navigating the web UI. I want to thank everyone who has left us a review on the Software Reviews website. We are now ranked as the #1 tool in their ITAM category, as well as the #1 tool in their software asset management category. Appreciate everyone's attention.